Hi, welcome to Jami's Workout of the Week. Today it will be Bosu, Booty and Belly. So for exercise 1, we're going to do a quick warm-up, and depending on your fitness level, this can be anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds, more if you need it. But this is a high knee skip on the Bosu. We're going to take a step up, jump straight up, alternate legs. For our next exercise, we're going to move right to belly. I call this a popcorn crunch, and there's a couple variations. Ideally, and the most challenging, what we're going to do here is not use the arms. So find your balance here. Your booty's going to be just a little bit above the center of the dome. Straighten out, come back up. If this is too challenging and you just can't find the balance there, you can put your arms behind you, right behind your bum. Same thing. And that's it for the popcorn crunch. We're going to do 3 sets of 20 ideally with this. All right, for our next exercise, we're going to do a super lunge with a squat. It's a trio. You might notice me wobbling a little bit on this, and that's my stabilizers working to keep my balance. That's okay. If what I'm about to show you is a little too easy, you can add a weight, whether you hug a round weight or hang on the dumbbells. That's how you're going to make it harder. You're going to go to the front, the back, to the side. I'll show you that one more time. Try to hit that 90-degree angle. And that's it. For our next exercise, we're going to do what's called a rotating crunch. So we're going to start, you want to start on the front of your mat. We'll see why in a second. Arm extended straight out, other arm out. You want your feet off the ground. You're going to come up into a crunch and face the wall that your pointed toes are reaching towards right now. And go all the way back down to your side. So we're starting completely on our side, rolling up, sitting square on our rear end, facing the wall that you're now looking at. What we're going to do here is 3 sets of 10 on each side. So our next exercise is standing abduction. We're going to start with a slight bend in the knee. Take the leg out to the side, keeping the toe facing the wall you're looking at, lift and lower. So you're going to find a real balance challenge with this one. Do sets of 20. If 20 is a little too challenging, you can start with 10 to 15. When you switch to the other side, you may find that the leg you just lifted is burning more than the side you're now working, and that's completely normal. We're going to go back to a primary core focus here. This is called a side star plank. So what we're going to do here, come up onto the elbow, find your balance, lift that arm straight up, and then we're going to add the leg. If holding this here for the 30 seconds to 60 seconds, which is the goal, is too much, what you can do is lift and lower. And that gives you a little bit of a second to catch your balance. There's one other variation for this. We can flip it around, go on the elbow, same way, or hold. The final challenge for this is look straight up at the ceiling and hold if you can. So for our next exercise, we're going to do a squat here. We're going to add a little emphasis to the inner thigh by using just a squishy blue ball. There's no weight to this. You can use a yoga block, anything you can find that's roughly this size. You're going to stick that in between your knees, find your balance, squat. Your torso is going to come forward with this and stand. The reason our torso is coming forward is because we're trying to keep our knees above our ankles. We don't want them to go past our toes. I'll show you this from the side. Again, with this one, we want sets of 20 to 25. All right, for our next exercise, you've probably all seen this before. It's a bicycle crunch, or some people call it crisscross. We're going to make it a little more challenging by sitting on the Bosu. So you'll find your balance, again, in our previous exercise, just a little in front of you down here. Find your balance before you try to start to move. Okay, so there's 2 variations for our next exercise, or you can do both, depending on what you prefer. So the first, we're doing a wall sit. As you're prepping yourself for this wall sit, make sure when you look down, our legs are at a 90-degree angle. That means knees are directly above the heels. Sit against the wall, squeeze this blue ball. You still want your legs shoulder width apart. It's not a tight squeeze. We're not trying to smash the ball. Just enough to hold it between your legs and engage your inner quads a little bit more. Last thing we're going to do is lift the arms straight up and retract your shoulders. This makes the core work a little bit harder. The other variation of this, hands will be against the wall, and we'll do an alternating single leg extension. So you'll kick up. Slow and controlled with this. You're going to want to go crazy and kick fast. We want to have slow, controlled movements with this. That's it. Thanks again for joining me for the workout of the week. Please make sure and join us for our weekly demos by our trainers. For dates and times on this, you can go to the GCC website and look under the fitness.